Let his hand go, sis. Let his hand go.
Hey beautiful people, how you are doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How you are doing? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video we're talking about Johnathan Major, and Johnathan Major has been in the news for a couple of months now, but this is latest interview he did with Good Morning America has gotten everybody talking and people are coming hard for him. So if you don't know, Johnathan Major has been in the news for a couple of months now and even weeks, and that's due to his ex-girlfriend, which is a white girl, who accused him of DV and other counts. Why the law kids just plan out and all that. But what just got a lot of people at first talking about his accusation and the law case was when Mega Good showed up as his girlfriend, and that just got everybody like, okay, this is a PR stunt to keep his name clean, and why is he using a black woman to do his PR stunt? And during his law case, there was a audio. He was kind of having an altercation with his ex-girlfriend, or probably talking to his ex-girlfriend. And he was talking about how she's nothing like Michelle Obama or Coretta, which is Martin Luther King's wife. And right now, in his latest interview he did with Good Morning America, that's gotten everybody like talking. He literally said that Mega Good, his girlfriend now, he's just like Coretta. Coretta? Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it. I apologize, please, if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. Coretta. Do I pronounce it? Let me know down in the comment section if I pronounce it correctly. And that is Martin Luther King's wife, which is also an activist. So yeah, let's go check out this interview that got everybody talking and got everybody riled up that is coming, and everybody's coming out for Johnathan Major. Let's just go see it, and then we'll come back and talk.
Through it all, Major's new girlfriend, actress Megan Good, has remained by his side, even present for our interview.
How would you describe your relationship?
She's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta, you know? I'm so blessed to have her, you know? The relationship is still fresh, but, you know, I think I found her.
So let me know what you think about that sneak peek of the interview you saw. There's more to the interview, which is online. You can go check it out. But this interview generally has gotten people talking, and a lot of people initially has actually started insinuating before now that his relationship with Mega Good is just a PR stunt. They need a strong black woman to hold him down and make him look good. That's why they orchestrated his relationship with her. And for me, everybody was not having it. Him trying to say he's looking for his own Coretta, and people were not having it. Anyway, guys, let's go share what people have to say about this interview and what they think about Johnathan and Mega Good's relationship. Then we'll come back and talk.
Still fresh, but I think I found her.
First of all, what does he mean by that specifically? Because he asked the last girl to do that. Now he's describing Megan Good as Coretta Scott King. And does he understand that Coretta Scott King stuck around while Martin Luther King was religiously cheating on her with women that looked like the color of her pantsuit? Because if that's what he expects from Megan Good, baby, I'm gonna need you to run. He wants to be a civil rights leader so bad. And I'm not really sure what to make of this relationship. It confuses me, it concerns me, because they haven't been together long at all. And for the entirety of their relationship, she's essentially been on trial with him. So I don't know what to make of it.
Let his hand go, sis. Let his hand go. You said she held you down like a Coretta. It's because she is one. Before that, you were dating Marilyn Monroe, so you wouldn't know that. And you want her to act like a Coretta, but she wasn't. She was Marilyn Monroe. Us as black women, we need to stop accepting these black men after they play in our faces. It's real disrespectful, not only that they do it to us, but it's the fact that we allow them to do it. And we enable their behavior. He wanted a snow bunny, let him have his snow cream castle. Because what is this? She held me down like a Coretta because she is one. She's a black woman, okay? It's just real disrespectful you to be hand in hand with this woman as she goes to court. And she's holding you down because she's a black woman. And we're the most nurturing people on earth. And for what?
I think I found it.
There's no you lying. For you to liken yourself to one of the greatest civil rights leaders of all time. Because you played in a couple of Marvel movies, sir? Is that what it is? Because you played Kang the Conqueror, you think you're Martin Luther King? Not King, Kang. The situation with Megan Good and Johnathan Majors is a really unique one because rarely do you get a glimpse into what your mate is like in previous relationships, especially this kind of view. You see how he is when he's really angry. Because I feel like the two of them are still in their honeymoon phase. Until you've seen a man angry, you don't know that man. And she has heard with the audio tapes and some of the visuals how he really is. Megan, you in danger, girl.
President Obama, in trying to give a reference point to that, one of the things I also say is, like, I need her, in that case, Grace, to make the same sacrifices that I am making.
You want her to walk through the valley of the shadow of death with you and pass you not, oh gentle savior, and hear your humble cry, and she don't relate to nothing that you talk about. How's she gonna sacrifice and that's not her history? How is she gonna relate to your history and February is a regular month to her? It's only Valentine's Day for her. What do you mean? That's why you in the situation that you in now. If you want a Coretta, go get you a Coretta. Stop playing with this fettuccine Alfredo. And now you in all this big trouble and you want to go get you a Coretta. You should have had Megan in the beginning. Got my good sis Megan Good in the court, and she been in the church house all these years with Devon Franklin. Now you got her backsliding.
Through it all, Major's new girlfriend, actress Megan Good, has remained by his side, even present for our interview.
How would you describe your relationship?
She's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta.
Of course she holding you down because that's what Corettas do. You ain't got to make her into a Coretta. She's already made. One day y'all gonna learn. Y'all get with these others and start trying to create them like they Play-Doh into something that you want them to be instead of getting what's already made. Why get a copy when you can get the original? My God. Why get the knockoffs if you can afford the name brand? They may look the same, but it don't feel the same. My God. Johnathan Majors really messed himself up. You was at the top of the game just for you to lose it all because you was messing with somebody who you weren't supposed to be messing with. She got you running a cross-country marathon running from her, playing Tom and Jerry. Come on now. One day y'all gonna learn, man. One day y'all gonna learn.
Good morning and Good Morning America. Johnathan Majors had his first interview since his conviction. And though he did talk about, like, obviously the trial and the conviction, a lot of people are talking about his comments that he made about his girlfriend, Megan Good. He says, she's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta. And so people are going wild with tweets about this. And it's just like, can you please stop referencing Coretta Scott King? What is this hold that Coretta has on you? He reportedly encouraged Jabari to act like Coretta Scott King, according to audio of him she recorded. He goes on to say, I'm so blessed to have her. You know, the relationship is still fresh, but, you know, I think I found her. Like, someone on Twitter or X was like, the pastor couldn't have been this bad. If you don't know, Megan Good was married to a pastor. They wrote a book together. I think they were one or two. They for sure wrote one. I think they might have written 2 books together, and now they're divorced. Most recently, she's been dating Johnathan Majors. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard to be serious, but this is just, like, so funny to me.
Megan Good has remained by his side, even present for our interview.
How would you describe your relationship?
She's an angel. She's held me down like a Coretta.
This Johnathan Majors case and situation is so layered and nuanced. There are so many things that you can talk about. But one of the things that I want to focus on is his obsession with Coretta Scott King or just strong women throughout history. And see, the problem that he has and the downfall that he is going to continue to have as he does this press run is the fact that he continues to correlate the strength of a woman to how they hold a man down. And, I mean, makes that their only accolades. Coretta Scott King, any other woman activist or just amazing black woman has done so much more than just hold her partner down. So with his ideology, I can already tell that he does not respect women in our fullness, but what we can do for a man. Had he had more respect for women, which he clearly doesn't, because if he did, he wouldn't be comparing a white woman to black historic women leaders in the first place. So had he had more respect, he might not be in this situation now.
I just watched the Johnathan Majors exclusive interview with Good Morning America, and I gotta say, it's not looking good for my boy. Now, I don't mean to laugh at the situation, because the situation is horrible, and I don't condone anything that has happened, but the image you're looking at now was one of my favorite moments from the interview. I'm going to play some clips for you just to kind of summarize the entire interview and show you what I mean by not looking good.
Exactly, do you know?
No, I don't know. But she's unconscious.
Twist her arm behind her back, fracture her middle finger.
Yeah, that did not happen.
How did those injuries come about?
I wish to God I knew.
You feel you're not responsible for her injuries at all?
I shouldn't have been in the car.
What?
I shouldn't have stepped out of the relationship.
What?
I shouldn't have been in the relationship. If I'm not in the car, none of this is happening.
Okay.
If I leave the relationship, none.
So, I'm not saying that he did it. All I'm saying is that sounds like shit somebody would say who's lying. He took a long time to answer that question about where the injuries came from, or trying to think of an answer. And when she asked him about taking responsibility, he didn't answer that question either, like, at all. So look, not laughing at him or the situation. Once again, this sucks. Like, you know what I mean? This guy's life is ruined, even if only temporarily. But yeah, none of that sounds good.
Actress Megan Good has remained by his side, even present for our interview.
I'm gonna need both of them to stop playing in our face. Did he say like a Coretta? Go watch that whole clip.
I hear a lot of people explaining and breaking down this Johnathan Majors interview, but I don't hear people talking about Disney at all. Okay. ABC is owned by Disney. Disney also knows that they got many projects that they need to do, and Johnathan Majors was a big part of them. They don't have time to reset everything at all. This interview is a PR stunt to see how likable he actually is. This man sat up there in his Malcolm X voice with his legs crossed and performed for his life. Okay. As you can see, they went through every little aspect of his trial to basically retry him on national TV. Being that this is pre-recorded, they could get every little inch of I'm innocent into this goddamn interview. What was also put on display was the actual realization that no matter what you did to this white woman, you were going to be guilty, sir. Okay? And we know that. But maybe people will see some remorse in you, and maybe they'll be able to give you another chance so we can start rebooting all your shit. Disney needs this. They already are getting banned and boycotted. Okay? They're losing subscriptions left and right. The black people and people of color see what they're doing overseas, and they need a win. And Johnathan Majors may be in some hot shit right now, but he is their win. Mark my words, y'all. You're gonna see Johnathan Majors in a Marvel DC movie. It may not be this year. Well, it may be next year, but he is coming back with Disney. Watch.
She said, put some respect on my mama name now. She put that on her mama. I guess she wasn't the only one who wasn't feeling Johnathan Majors' comment. So she spoke out and said my mother was not a prop. And she's right, her mother was not a prop. She was a strong black woman. Y'all are gonna learn to stop using black women as props. They don't play, they get down.
Like a Coretta, you know?
He wanna be Martin Luther King so goddamn bad. He keep on mentioning Coretta. He said it with the white lady, now he's saying it with the black lady. Come on, G. Like, leave Coretta name out of this, man. He's so stuck in them segregation time, he even dressed like it. But on the real, I kind of agree with black women's take on this. Like, don't use no black woman as your savior when you done already dipped your tongue in some vanilla ice cream. And look, I'm not on some Dr. Umar. Like, you can date any kind of race. As long as she's solid and she down for you, cool. But clearly Johnathan Majors saw that that girl, that white girl wasn't down for him, And I think this case is more of a woman thing, more of a gender thing, rather than race. But I just found it kind of funny how he ran his to a black woman once he saw how this shit went down. And like I tell black men, you can find love outside of your race. Ain't nothing wrong with that. As long as she's solid and down for you, that's cool. But there's certain stipulations to it, And when things go bad and things go wrong, just don't run your to some black woman expecting her to save you. That's all I'm saying.
It's the beginning of 2024. There's a few things that we need to remember. We are not his Coretta. He is not a project that we have to fix. We aren't jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire. It is not our responsibility to heal any past traumas. We are standing in our own truth and standing up for ourselves. And we are not putting more on ourselves than we can bear. That's it.
Johnathan Majors is so unserious for this. Like, she held me down like a Coretta. Wow. I was about to say he deserves jail time, but he already got it. Like, you really just got caught up for telling a white woman that she needs to be more like Coretta Scott King. And this is what you do? At this point, the only way to make this right is for a woman to come into his life and tell him that he needs to be more like Martin Luther. That's the only way to right this wrong.
Johnathan Majors, at the height of his short-lived celebrity, was pandering to black women. And I love that I sniffed that right out. He was running around. And I guess maybe his PR team, his handlers, had made the very specific strategic decision that he was going to try to curate a specific subset of black women audience, because he wanted the black aunties. He wanted the black women with disposable income, with wine bars in their basements. Black women who could tell you what kind of not dessert wine they like to drink. Maybe he was out here offering platitudes, offering meaningless words. And what's most insidious about this is that he never bothered to actually learn black women. Because how are you making the same historical reference to your non-black girlfriend that you have the guilty verdict against you for? And Grace is actually like Persian and European. So I'm like, oh, is she just white? Girl, I don't know. But she wasn't black, okay? And then you wanted her to be Coretta Scott King. And now Megan Good is your Coretta. She couldn't be the Michelle to your Barack, the Betty to your Malcolm, Beyonce to your Jay-Z. You could have got musical. You could have got a little artsy with it. The Roberta to your Donny Hathaway. They wasn't in no real relationship, but they made musical melodies together. They was something. And y'all is something. You had Megan Good working her eyebrows on a little ABC News interview, and you couldn't come up with no other name after we all seen them text messages, Johnathan Majors. I am so glad I never fell for the pandering. That's why on this here account, there's a whole video where I told you none of these black men like black women. After, what was it, a Essence magazine cover about the new black actors? Save it. Save it!
I think I'll do a wraparound.
This, in fact, is fine as hell, but my question is, who amongst them dates identify with black women? Not black adjacent. Not one black parent, one black grandparent. Not the sunless. Dark-skinned black women. Who's partnered with them? Quickly, I want to know. Because marketing to black women is highly profitable for black men in Hollywood, but their lack of partnering is giving pandering. I'm sorry.
In the background, just like, oh, that's my man, my man, my man. this is not a good look. He should have just stayed silent. Go ahead and take the verdict because it is what it is, right? You can always appeal if you really want to fight it. At this point, move on. Your image has been tarnished and you need to do what it takes to start rebuilding the trust of these studios and of the audience. The quote of the Coretta Scott King, like, boy, give it up. And then on top of that, he's like stuttering through the interview. She asked him about how did the girl get the injuries, and he like pauses for a very long time to try to think about it because he's trying to come up with an excuse. He's trying to come up with an explanation.
That little Houston, Atlanta, Vegas boys trip that you, John Lewis, and Malcolm X thought y'all was going on ain't gonna happen. Ain't no birthday celebration if you don't make sure that little boy keep my goddamn name out his mouth. Never in my ass life have I seen a civil rights king. Some of y'all like, he not going to jail, he not going to jail. He wants to go to jail. That is his civil rights moment. He probably got Megan on all fours throwing it back to glory back on legend. Won't be no candles. Won't be no bottle girls. Won't be no twerk off. And if you think he not going to request to be transferred to Birmingham jail so he can remix letters from Birmingham jail, you're insane. It won't be none of that that's going down in Atlanta that you and the boys want to slide to in spirit. If he was active on Instagram, this would be his profile picture. Miss Mamas, I'm so sorry this goofball Jamal didn't reduce you just to be somebody's wife. Megan Good is going to be on her Keisha K and she is going to advocate for this man to get out of jail. Who I wish Red Table Talk was so thing so her and Willow can go off on battle. She is going to be on every talk show and she is going to be like, that is a good black man. I know damn well she prayed over him before he went out there and embarrassed her calling her Coretta Scott King. Well, how y'all know what context he using it in? Let me give you an example. Chicago, man, the home of the scammers that pay for tuition, they always be like, you my little Michelle Obama. And it's usually used in the context of women that's going to school to be a nurse, getting a degree, or working in a corporate job. If you got a big girl job and you get a 401k, you are their little Michelle Obama. And when he get out, he gonna have the flyest civil rights suit. He gonna have his Selma steppers pat out. You better go visit him in his dreams and slap at him and tell him pick another civil rights activist wife. Bow! He gonna have the slacks, suspenders on fucking, okay? The most creased shirt ever. It's gonna be like that faded yellow white, okay? Because he done been through shit, okay? He ain't got money like that because he's trying to focus on freeing people, okay? So ain't no birthday celebration if you don't make sure that little boy keep my name out his mouth.
This is some F-boy inception. Could you imagine holding your husband down while he's cheating on you as he's like fighting for civil rights? And then like 60 years later, some F-boy actor with visions of grandiose who thinks he's the next coming of Martin Luther King uses your name in vain to convince some other black woman to hold him down while he's on trial for beating a white woman after he told her that she, the white woman, should be his Coretta Scott King.
Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So please, I would like to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Feel free, share your opinion, okay? We're allowed to disagree, all right? So for me personally, like, I saw the entire case and the brouhaha that was going on with Johnathan Majors doing his allegation or trial with his ex-white girlfriend concerning DV. But for me, it was just exhausting. That's why I didn't cover that case. I was just like, oof, I'm exhausted. Like, nah. I agree with the sister that said that this is more like a PR stunt to, like, clear his name and make him innocent in public opinion. So I feel like this is what this whole press tour and press runs is for. But also, he saw how the internet reacted to him telling a white woman to be like Michelle Obama or Coretta. And he still went on to use that same phrase for Megan that he barely knows, because this relationship is less than a year relationship. And all through this relationship, she has been on trial with you because, for me, it still does not add up. I just feel like this is like a publicity stunt. And I agree with people that say that sometimes, not all, some black men, they will only run to black women when they need somebody to hold them down, somebody that's going to be there for them, somebody that's going to support them. But when the good is good, like Cat Williams said in his interview, most of all these black men that have made it in the industry in Hollywood, they all go to white bunnies, to white women, rather than. So I feel like when push comes to shove, some men just really like come back home to black women and look for who is going to hold them down. And do I think their relationship is a stunt? I think so. I think this old Megan Good, I can see them as a couple. I don't know why. Let me know if I'm the only one that can see that. I can see them as a couple. They don't look like a couple to me. And I just feel like, yeah, probably they told her she's the one that can save his career, and then she up on it. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. I'd love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section, but please keep it respectful. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go on and share your thoughts. With that all said, guys, go ahead and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go on and share this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting me, your girl, and this channel. So go ahead, leave a comment, share this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.